not remember reading by candlelight. And some of you may not remember the traditional school desk made of wood with the inkwell here for the ink, and also a place for the quill. But everybody will remember their favourite Ladybird book, and this one is Learn About Making and Decorating Cakes. So let me introduce you to one of my favourite Ladybird books, and here on the front cover you can see a lady or girl blowing out her candles on her birthday cake. And I do remember even wearing a dress like this with a zip in the 1970s. So let's go through the book here. This explains to you about how to prepare the cake tins. And here it says making and decorating cakes. You can see the birthday cake with the candles, which is a very old tradition going back to Greek times, with the present, the teapot, a jug of milk, the cup and saucer and teaspoon, and the cake plate, cake fork and serviette. Here explains the all-in-one method, how to make cakes, and you can see the children here are actually wearing a striped pinny or apron that was very popular in the 70s in Britain. This is the recipe on how to decorate simply with butter icing. In here you can learn how to make butterfly cakes. So here you've actually got butterfly cakes. Here you've got the creaming method to make cakes. The traditional Victoria sponge, named after Queen Victoria, who was queen from 1837 to 1901. This is the recipe for the light fruit cake, the glacé icing, the lemon icing, the almond icing, and this is for feather icing. So here you can see the icing bag and how to prepare it. And this is an example of feather icing that you see on a lot of traditional cakes in England, especially Bakewell tart. Jewel cakes. This reminds me of 1977 when it was the silver Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, and my mother even made me a birthday cake in the shape of a crown, and she added lots of sweets to make it look like a jewelled crown. So she made lots of jewel cakes for me. Here are recipes for whisked cake. This is a recipe for Swiss roll. This is the recipe for a sponge flan and sponge cakes, orange and sunshine cake, melted cakes like gingerbread, oat gingerbread and fruit gingerbread, then rubbed in cakes like the plain cake, everyday fruit cake, cherry and coconut cake, banana and apple cake, the special small cakes like the apricot baskets. I do remember making the apricot baskets, the jam cakes, the cheesecake, which is very popular both in England and in America, the special large cake like the chocolate gâteau. Gâteau is actually French for cake. The mandarin and grape gâteau. The mini chocolate birthday cake, and you can see the girl blowing up the candles. And as I said, the idea of blowing candles out on a birthday cake is a very old tradition that dates back to the Greek times. Then you've got the Easter cake, so you can see the Easter cake with the Easter eggs. Then you have the Easter nests, and this is a Christmas party with the famous Christmas cake. And I can see people are pulling crackers, wearing hats, and got decorations. So this is the recipe for the Christmas cake, and you can see there are many ingredients, and it takes a long time to make the Christmas cake. That's why I need 2 pages to explain how to, no, more than 2 pages, 2 pages to make the Christmas cake and a separate page to decorate the Christmas cake. So you can see how they're decorating the Christmas cake by covering the fruit cake with marzipan. And then they're making the famous royal icing. And then they are making some decoration with holly. Now you have your formal birthday cake with the candles. And then you've got different ways of preparing, decorating, different flowers. And well, we all learn from our mistakes, so there is even a page which says what went wrong, why, and what to do next time. And voila, that is one of my favourite books from the Ladybird series, Making and Decorating Cakes. Do you remember the old school desk with the inkwell and place for the quill? Do you remember your favourite Ladybird book, like for making and decorating cakes? One of my favourite Ladybird books on my old school desk. Do you remember your birthday parties like this? Our old favourite childhood recipes. And do you remember these? The cake tins, the birthday cake, the teapot, a jug of milk, a cake fork and serviette, the all-in-one method, a striped penny or apron, and butter icing. Do you remember these? Butterfly cakes, the creaming method, the traditional Victoria sponge cake named after Queen Victoria, who was Queen from 1837 to 1901, icing, glacier icing, lemon icing, feather icing, often found on the Bakewell tart, and jewel cakes. Thank you, Mum, for making me my special birthday cake to celebrate the Silver Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth in 1977. Do you remember these? A whisk cake, a Swiss roll, a sponge flan, a sponge cake, a rubbed-in cake, an everyday fruit cake, a cherry and coconut cake, and a banana and coconut cake. Do you remember these? An apricot basket, a jam cake, a cheesecake, a chocolate gâteau, a mandarin and fruit gâteau, a chocolate birthday cake and blowing out the candles, an Easter cake and Easter nests. Do you remember these? The Christmas party, pulling crackers and wearing hats, the orange sunshine cake, the melted gingerbread cake, the oat gingerbread, the fruit gingerbread, the Christmas cake with marzipan and raw icing, the formal birthday cake, and what went wrong and why. Thank you for watching. And what was your favourite Ladybird book? What was your favourite childhood recipe? Please write in the comments. I would love to know.